Hi.
Hi. I have you on this calculator.
Oh, okay. Can I get 30 on plum? I think it's 7.
Regular?
Premium.
So you can tap here.
All right.
£30.7 premium.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, I just turned 28, man, and it's kind of crazy, you know. I got the young ones calling me Unc now or Tonton, and I can't even lie, it's funny. But the truth is, I don't even feel old yet. I actually feel like I'm just getting started, you know. Although things do feel heavier, not in a bad way, but just more real, you know. And that's kind of like what's made me reflect, not on what I've achieved, but on what I wish I actually understood earlier. And if there's one thing I really wish I understood earlier, it would be no one owes you anything. Not your friends, not your family, not your partner, not the world. For a long time, I've lived with this quiet expectation that things would just, work out. Like if I worked hard, stayed patient, stayed good, something had come or something would come my way. But that mindset sets you up for disappointment, man. People can care about you and still not show up the way you expect. They can support you and still not choose you. And that doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that everyone is dealing with their own life, man. Once I really accepted that no one owes me anything, I stopped waiting, stopped feeling entitled to outcomes, and took full responsibility for my life. And honestly, that's when things started to change.
Another thing I wish I had known earlier, or I wish someone had taught me earlier, would be accepting rejection and learning when to say no, right? Because I feel like in your 20s, it's very important to accept rejection and learn when to say no, because in your 20s, you kind of have so many expectations, so many goals that you want to achieve, and you have to learn to understand that not everything is going to go as planned. You're not always going to get that big contract or get that job that you really wanted, or go to that school that you really wanted to go to. So many things, and you have to learn to accept that and kind of use it to your strength, right? Something that I always live with is that what's meant for you will always be for you, and that has really helped me a lot to be able to look at rejection positively, right? So when I face rejection, for me, in my mind, automatically, as much as it's disappointing, the best thing to make me feel better and to look at it at a better perspective is that it was not meant for me. So if I'm facing rejection, that job didn't take me, or that I didn't go to that school I really wanted to go to, for me, I see it as it wasn't meant for me, and that's the best way for me to move forward positively. When it comes to learning when to say no, I feel like these two things kind of go hand in hand, because you kind of have to have character. You can't always be the nice guy. You can't always be, you can't always please everybody. It's very important to learn that you can't please everybody, unfortunately. All right, I just got to soccer right now. It's always good to have that one day where you're able, to unwind a little bit, kick a ball with some of your buddies, some of your mates, whatever. For me, this is basically my escape, man, because I don't really like too many things. I don't do too many things. So when I get an opportunity to play like this, it's always good for me. But before I go, I wanted to share one more lesson that I think is very important in our 20s, and for me, that is basically get rid of distractions. Because if you really want to achieve your goals or stay focused on whatever it is that you're doing, get rid of distractions, man, because they're not gonna help you at any way. I know, man, you love your friends and whatever it is that you really like, but it's distracting you from the goal, distracting you from what you want to achieve. You kind of have to make some sacrifices, bro, or find a way to make it work with your goals. Trust me, it's gonna help. It's gonna be beneficial to you, man, and you won't regret it, honestly. Getting rid of distractions helps you stay focused, aligns you better with your goals. That way, you're doing whatever it is that you can do to achieve your goals. And I know, man, in your 20s, you're gonna have so many goals, man, so many things that you want to achieve, or maybe just that one thing. For me, it was being a footballer, being a soccer player. I really love soccer, and for those who know me, know how much I love soccer. But unfortunately, here we are. And when I think back to it, I don't feel like I had too many distractions. But today, today I can see that there are some things that might have been distracting me. Because even when I think about school, like my grades could have been better. What was I distracted by? Friends, playing outside, going out, doing things that were not really important at that time. I get it that you're young, you should have fun and stuff like that. But look now, man, you'll always have so much more time for it. I get the whole saying of like living every day like it's your last and enjoying your time while we're still here, because we don't really have a long time out here. But if you really, have things to achieve and you don't want to regret it later, get rid of the distractions and stay focused. That's all I can tell you, man. But for now, I'm gonna go and kick a ball a bit. Yo, I need to score a goal. I haven't scored a goal. I mean, I scored one, but the game where I scored got deducted. So hopefully I can back in the future. Let's go.
Yes, sir, mister. You quit there? Nah, it's been there. I found it in the house, bro. Yeah. Maybe 3 or 7. But there's like this year one. Yeah, it's a pink one. Yeah, the third one is the crazy one. Football has been such an important part of my life. I've had some of my best moments because of football and some of my hardest moments because of football. The great thing about football is that there's so many lessons that it has taught me. And one I wish I understood earlier in life would be, don't watch other people. Focus on your own lane. In your 20s, it's so easy to get distracted. You're constantly looking around, looking at who's ahead, who's winning, who seems to have it figured out. And without realizing it, you stop moving with confidence. You hesitate, you second guess yourself. And something that I've learned is that the moment you start watching someone else, that's the moment you lose awareness of your own position. You need to understand that everyone's timing is different and everyone's path is going to be different. The best way to move forward is to lock in on your own lane, do the work that you need to do, and trust that your moment will come.
So, made a mistake. So here's the last thing I wish I understood earlier, especially in my 20s, and that would be struggling does not mean that you're failing. It doesn't, especially in your 20s. If you feel like you're going through a tough time right now, just know that it will come around. I've gone through moments in my life where I felt like I would not make it through, days with no plan, no clarity, just stress, anxiety, and doubt, and I somehow still made it through. For me, I believe that's just how life works, man. And whatever it is that you're going through right now, it's not always going to be like that. If you're having really heavy days, just know that it's not always going to feel like that. If I had to leave you with one thing in this video, it would be to let go and let God. Okay, there's no problem that's bigger than God. And whatever plan that you have for yourself, just know that God has a bigger one. Peace.